Alright guys, today I wanted to show you this dead space in my utility area that I'd like to utilize for some hidden storage. Basically, a few years ago we had a mouse infestation and I went around opening all the nooks and crannies, looking for where they could be coming in and sealing things up, that kind of thing. Hence you can see this expanded foam at the back and all the filth that's inside. But ever since then I've had in the back of my mind that I should try and convert this into some kind of hidden or secret storage space because I've always wanted to have some kind of hidden storage space, and of course, having more storage space is never a bad thing. My initial plan was to first sand down the board so that it could fit into position more easily with one hand, and then giving the inside a good clean and getting rid of some of that expanded foam so that I could then install the fixings. As you can see, I've got my orbital sander out and had a few goes on this back and forth between sanding it back and testing out the fit. With that fitment looking good, I then started scrubbing down the floor to get rid of the decade or so of filth. And with that relatively clean, I could then reach inside with this old knife and cut away some of the expanded foam that I put in there years ago without getting all dirty. As you can see, because of the height restrictions and me being at ground level, it was very awkward trying to cut this away one-handed, especially having the camera sit where my head wanted to be. But anyway, I got enough of it cleared out for my purposes of having a nice deep area to work with for future storage. Then it was on to the fixings, so I first began by collecting what I had to see if any of it would be good for the job. I've got these hinges, door hinges, got these longer hinges, and I've got one magnet thing, you know, the kind of magnet door trap. Don't know if I'll need it. Got a bit of scrap wood. And yeah, got the drill and loads of different size screws and fixings to hopefully make it work. I was really hoping that I would somehow be able to use one of these hinges, and I did faff around for a while, cutting and gluing scrap wood, thinking that if I just had some kind of offset that maybe I could bodge my way through it. But as you can probably tell, this was impossible because the door would catch on the cupboard wall. I thought about getting some proper concealed hinges that you normally use on cupboards, but because this piece of wood has the skirting board shape cut into it and it sticks out about 2 centimeters from the edge of the cupboard wall, I realized that that wouldn't have worked either. It still would have caught. So I decided to head off to my local hardware shop and see if they had another magnetic catch. So here's that one magnet on that I had earlier. You can see now you do get that click. Now this is the only one that my local hardware shop had in stock. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put that on the hinge side. We'll just install that now and I'll show you the result. Alright, here's the finished thing for now at least. I've put these screws back in on the front to make it look screwed in. They don't go all the way because I've cut the ends off with bolt cutters. This second magnet I've put in is not very strong, even though it's a lot bigger. And I've also bodged the placement of it, so that one's screwed in too far back, and I've threaded the screw and just can't be asked to fix it now. However, it is somewhat magnetic, as you can see there. Doesn't really have the satisfied click, but trust me, it's on a bit, unlike this one, which is really nice. Also, I'll just show you. You know, I think it's just the right amount of force on there to stop it coming out accidentally. So what am I actually going to use this for? When I started making it, I was thinking, oh, maybe, you know, if we go on holiday or something for a week, this would be like a good nook where I could hide laptops and that sort of thing. But it is actually quite big. And I've just gone to check. There's room for cans in here, and if you had like a plastic box, you could easily have a big, you know, row of them and just slide that out. So what I'm thinking to do now is use this as a kind of long food store. This will allow me to stock up on cans for the coming apocalypse, that sort of thing. And yeah, just give me another week of food to my food store. If you'd like to see what that looks like when I've bought the box, then drop a comment and I'll make a short about it. Otherwise, if you found this helpful, give a like and subscribe for more weird bodges.